Welcome to Lucid Ascent, rising on the plains through the middle pillar with the alchemical Cabala. So this past week, we've been working with the world key down here at the bottom of the middle pillar. This key connects Malkuth, or the earth, to Yesod, the moon sphere on the tree of life. With persistence and practice, we learn how to enter into the path of Tal, the world key, and reemerge our consciousness into the dream world of Yesod, the moon. Now, our aim as Kabbalists is to do this with our self-conscious awareness intact, staying awake in our dreams while our flesh body rests in Malkuth. Yesod, the moon, is called the foundation on the tree of life. All right, I want you to just imagine your own physical body as it is. And imagine if you could pull, like, just temporarily pull your astral form out, your hands out in front of you. What you would see is this luminous, translucent body of light. And it sort of looks like an X-ray of your exact hand. But you can see through it, but you can see it perfectly. And the thing about this body is it's perfect. It's a matrix. It's the matrix body that what they call in the East the flesh body or the food body, Malkuth in Cabala. It's what all of the elements of the earth fit into and are sustained in. That's why when we bring life and vitality into our vital bodies, our health improves. Okay, so just imagine when you're going to sleep at night and when you wake up in your dreams, putting your hands in front of your face and just looking at your own hands in your astral body and see it for yourself. The astral body, the term Astral means light of the stars. Most of the time, we're not paying attention to our inner bodies. Most of the time, our awareness is caught up in the endless imagery of the dream worlds and the dramas and the storylines and the feelings and the thoughts. It's exactly like being swept up in the images in the earth plane or the dramas in the earth plane, or watching a movie and getting so identified with the images on the screen of the movie that you start to tense up when there's a intense scene, and we kind of lose this sense of self as we're doing it. We're just reacting. Now, we don't want to just react. We want to act from self. So this is why we work in the earth plane every day to wake up. We make this a habit. This is a technique that helps us wake up. And one way it helps us is Yesod is what is called the automatic consciousness. So what you make a habit, especially if you're doing it consciously, it becomes part of your automatic nature in Yesod. So it's a good thing to practice all the positive things you want to do while you're awake in the world. That transfers over. So if you tell yourself this is a dream every day throughout the day, and then watch, you make that a habit, but you have to do the work. And then eventually you're going to say the same thing in one of your dreams. And when you do that, this trigger is going to occur where you connect both this realm and that realm, and your consciousness rises and you wake up in your dream. Now, the moon sphere is where forms are entering and exiting Malkuth, coming in, coming out. It's the realm where we can communicate with loved ones who have passed over. We can communicate with ancestors, angelic beings of all manner of orders, and pretty much almost countless other types of beings. In some traditions, it's said that our own moon, the, the moon you see every night in the sky, is a transfer station for souls entering and exiting the earth within our own solar system. Something to contemplate. Yesod is the world of Yetzirah, or formation. It's because this is the realm where all of the higher energies and will and purpose are all coming into their final distinct formations that distinguish one thing from another thing before they manifest in the world of appearances and space time, our whole concept of the earth plane, what we experience here. It first is forming in Yesod till it's ripe. And that's why we can have and do have prophetic visions and dreams, because we're tuning in to what's has the life force is forming. Okay. In the Tetragrammaton, the world of Yesod, the astral, the moon, is the letter Vav, which in Hebrew means nail. It's the teacher key. It's our intuition, right? It's where we receive our inner guidance from our inner soul and our inner feminine receptive self. Now, what's interesting about the letter Vav being the teacher and the nail is in the tradition it's said that the letter itself, if you meditate on it, it connects you to the intelligence that connects everything to every other thing. And this is how we can be intuitive, because it is all connected, all of us. It's all one thing. All right. So with that, let's get to the core of this class, and let's look at the formula for Yesod. Everyone relax, center, and give this formula your attention. We know we read the word Yesod from right to left. Same here with the tarot keys. So just see what speaks to you, what occurs to you in this formula for the foundation on the tree of life. Whenever you're ready, just unmute yourselves one at a time and share what you see, what occurs to you.
They spell yod. Sorry.
What's that, Rachel?
They spell yod hey vav. The yod is the hat on the hermit,
Hmm.
and isn't hey on the white on the angel on their dress right there at the
Yeah,
top.
right there, the tetragrammaton. Hmm.
Yeah, and va. I'm not sure where it is on the teacher, but maybe somebody else can point that out. Uh, but I do know it spells it. And you can
Okay.
actually see the actual. I'm just trying to. I remember it, but I'm not sure where they are. So, does anybody else have the vav for the teacher where it is on the actual card?
Well, it's right here at the bottom right.
Right. But wouldn't it also be in the picture itself, like it is on the hermit, like the hat yod?
Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I'm noticing that the background of the teacher is gray, and that's either because it's stone or it symbolizing wisdom, or perhaps both. What do you think, Christopher?
Yes, both. It's absolutely both. So we know in this system of the tarot, every time we see gray, it's the union of opposites.
Hmm.
And and stone is in Hebrew is a bin. It's the father and the son. Those two words together. You have Ab the father and Ben the son, and they're one in the word stone in Hebrew. Also on the tree, the teacher connects the sphere of mercy to the gray sphere of wisdom as the path. So yes, this is an interior temple. It's within us, right? Where all the everything in the background is balanced, comes together, and we receive our own inner instruction.
Just something I noticed is the hermit key being 9 reminds me of Yesod,
Mhm.
the
Right?
moon sphere, and we
Mhm.
have the crescent moon under the Empress's foot there. So we have this reflecting the beginning and end of the combination of these keys reflects to one another. Hermit being the spark, and the Empress uh, showing this alignment of desire, almost almost as if to orient ourselves according to one desire. Um, I
Very
see a
nice.
transmission going through here.
Very, very nice. Excellent.
Hey, just real briefly, I had to look this up, so take me a second. But um, just in reading the keys, I was curious about the just the intelligences, right? They're behind it.
Uh-huh.
And so I was looking at it, and it's like the hermit is looks like it says the hermit is inner hearing, and
The
then
hermit?
the hermit. I'm pretty sure.
The
Well,
hermit is touch.
my
And
apologies. Yes, hermit's touch. That's right. I'd switched it around here. So I
okay.
had yeah. So Vav. So Vav is inner hearing, correct?
Right.
Okay, so Vav is inner hearing, and then for the temperance key, that's verification.
Yes.
Okay, and then for the hermit, that's touch. So
Yes.
right there, that's what it was. And then the empress is growth.
Excellent.
So that's kind of where it's like, okay, so like reading it from right to left,
Mm-hmm.
it's the let's see here. So I had yeah, it's like touch, it's like touch verification inner hearing and growth, just kind of that
Yes.
reading it from right to left. So I don't know, just kind of it just kind of a feel of like a, especially when speaking about Yesod and the nature of it being the astral or
Mm-hmm.
dreamscape or imagination or
Yeah.
whatever it may be. It's like a lot of what's the phrase like trust but verify, where it's
Yes.
just, that
Right.
whole thing of like, yes, you can, explore around you, touch around you, this whole waking up in the dream state, in
Mm-hmm.
the lucid dream, it's like go touch around you there. But then it's like, it's almost like this card's an invitation for exploration, in
Yes.
that space to be like, okay, go and do your
Mm-hmm.
thing. Because with regards to a lot of the other intelligence behind it or just the action behind it of saying, yeah, I think it like touches exploration. And then from there, it's that whole thing of go verify, all the stuff we've talked about, right? Look at your hands in the dream and,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then going into the inner hearing from the teacher, which is, going deeper into
Right.
the truth. And then from there, the growth that takes place. So that's what I was, again, I just had to look that up for a little bit, but that was just a
That's
little bit of
excellent,
a,
Easy. You're
yeah.
spot on. I love where you went with this. A
Mhm.
quick question. How would you describe the process of verification that's in the temperance key?
The verification in the temperance key, the one within that.
Yes.
That, I mean, that's because, I mean, if I were, I mean, just looking at it, the whole thing of like, I look at it as like a sense of balance. And yeah, I mean, because given the, it's a balance and awakening, I guess is the way I would look at it. Because like looking at all the different symbols there and all the stuff that we've explored in the past, it just seems it's that kind of inner awakening, if you will, and
Okay.
then kind of going from there.
Got it. Thank you.
Hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
So, I want to add on to what you're saying while everyone's thinking of this. So some of the names of these intelligences from right to left. The hermit is the intelligence of will. Okay. It's the primal will. The next key is called the intelligence of probation or trial and error, right? The holy guardian angel, this is where we're tested. We're tested by the angel itself, which is our own higher being, to see have we learned the things that we are here to learn before we're allowed to proceed deeper into the mysteries. Okay? Think about this in your dreams. Then the fifth key is called the triumphant and eternal intelligence. and its function is our intuition. It's our inner teacher. In essence, this is the voice of our real self, which can come to us through virtually any outlet that we are willing to receive it. But a huge part of our work is to be able to hear and receive it from within in any circumstance. We start off with our doing it in our meditations and our dreams, and then we practice more and more in the activities of the world. Just do the practice. That's how we get good at anything. You just start it and you do it. And then the last key, this is called the luminous intelligence. And it's the creative imagination of the divine. And of course, it's Venus and it's love. Now, one thing that occurs to me in this formula is what I see is a lot of help for us on the path. I see this being holding a light up for us really high. I see the next being in all white robes, tempering our nature, strengthening us, raising our vibration. And then I see the teacher there giving us exactly what's needed to bring us to this doorway that is the Empress. Okay. Anyone else before we move on?
I had a quick question on
Hmm?
the middle two uh
Uh-huh.
cards. Were the guards because looking at it, I mean, I was looking like, okay, you have that two, right? You've got in the Temperance key, you've got the lion, and you've got the eagle there, and then in the teacher key, you've got the two abbot
Hmm.
folks, and then with the Empress key, I look at some with the shield and the foot on the moon. It's okay. There's kind of that dual, but I just wasn't noticing that in the Hermit key at all.
Hmm.
But I was just curious with regards to I didn't know if there was
That's a great question. I want you to take that into your meditation tonight.
yeah, cool.
Dwell on those images. Anyone else?
Can I just add something
Please
short?
do. Yes.
Which direction they're each looking in. So the hermit is looking down. Temperance is looking down a little, but doing something active. The teacher is facing and looking right at you, and the Empress is now looking up. So the journey through temperance is the assistance to bring us up to the mountain and then looking within to correct things. And the teacher is looking right at God and the Empress within you. And the Empress is keeping your eyes single on creation.
It's beautiful. Thank
So,
you, Ryan. Hmm.
can I say something?
Please do.
I always uh, have a problem with the fact that he is repeated, and yet they have two different cards here representing the same word. But I take that as the beginning and the end, and the teacher is that which binds them together. If that means anything to anybody.
Yeah, it does. But what do you mean by two cards are showing the same letter? I'm not clear on that. I don't see that.
Yod He Vav He.
Yeah, so if you really look at this formula, this is not the Yod He Vav He formula. This is the formula for Yesod. So the letters are Yod, the hermit, Salmek, which means prop, which supports the tent of our dwelling, is the temperance letter. Okay. Then the next letter is Vav, the nail, and the last letter is Daleth. This isn't the Yod He Vav He formula. This is the formula
Okay.
for Yesod. Where you see the Yod Hey Vav Hey is on the angel's breast up here. That's Yod Hey
Right.
Vav Hey. Just to
Yes.
be clear, just to clear that up.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Um, and yet you were saying something about the tetragrammation, this being the tetragrammation. And that was my understanding of what tetragrammation was the Yod Hey Vav Hey.
That's correct. So, and on the middle pillar, Patrick, the tetragrammaton, which just is a fancy word for four-letter name, right? Tetra
Right.
meaning four, and grammaton being name, is you see, it's the primordial man is made in this image. Sometimes you see these forms in fire. Okay, does that make
Yeah.
sense? And
These
so
the
you
letters are supposed to be the flame of God. So
that
yeah,
is correct. It's the
that's
flame
the
alphabet.
language is the flame alphabet. Yes.
Yes, and you're correct about the hay re occurring in this formula. It's the second
Yeah.
and the last letter, and you're right. Vav connects them. So
Yeah.
hay is the inner vision, right? And the inner vision is what becomes the outer from
Yes.
the primal
And
will.
the teacher connecting them. Yes.
Correct. Now, what the real purpose of this of of meditating on the letters themselves, like traditional Kabbalists do, they don't use the keys like we do in the Western tradition. We use both. But meditating on the forms themselves connects us to those aspects within the mind of the all. And it connects us to every mystic that has ever poured their heart soul energy into the same thing. If that but the point is it's only through sustained meditation on a formula that we can have the breakthrough that takes us past this whole intellectual conversation and gives us the inner golden experience that is really what our soul is seeking, and that nourishment that comes from that life. These are just doorways to those inner states of consciousness. But thanks for bringing that up, because I'm glad that was cleared up. This is the formula for Yesod. And what I want you to know when you meditate on this week is think about the astral world. Think about your dreams and think about your experiences in it. You're going to find all of these things are deeply connected to them. All right. Anyone else before we move forwards? All right. Thank you all so very much for your excellent input and sharing your light. If you haven't already printed this formula off, do it and keep it at your bedside this week and contemplate it. Just put it in front of your face and stare at it. That's it. When you close your eyes, let it float, the after image float in your retinal field while you relax. And then just let your mind go from image to image and symbol to symbol in this formula. But keep it in this formula as you drift off to sleep. Now, make it your intention to wake up in your dreams this week, every night. So simply, just one way of reading this is I see the hermit, which is the self, or the adept who has realized self, is operating through, and they are the intelligence of will. We're talking the real will, not our ideas of personal will. This is the will. operating through the intelligence of trial and probation, the temperance key, operating through the listening to the inner teacher, the voice of the teacher that is guiding the soul of the aspirant to the garden of love. Here, the Empress. This is a very powerful and useful formula. Keep it in your folders and use it. So the astral plane is where those are our helpers. We have many, our guardian angels, our guardian angel, the masters, the Great White Brotherhood, all these beings that are here to help us. Oftentimes, it's through this astral plane because they're operating on such a high vibratory level. This is kind of the medium or intermediate space that we can come together while we're incarnate and work together. Now, our helpers can see exactly where we are in our spiritual development when they look into the astral worlds. Why is this? Because this is the automatic consciousness. So anything we do habitually is going to show up as patterns in this space, good, bad, and different. And we don't condemn ourselves for behaviors that we might not be proud of. We just note them. We just hold ourselves accountable for all of our patterns. Now, they see these patterns, they work with us, they help us. And very much the more you start to wake up in your dreams, you will be tested. No question. Because most people wake up in their dreams and they're like, hey, I don't have the constraints of the world. No one's here telling me I can't eat all the cookies in the cookie jar, or I can't go here, I can't do this or do that. All the temptations of the world at first seem like it's an open bar. Okay. That's fine. That's part of it, right? That's the first part of spiritual awakening on the 3x7 layout. But just know that the angel is always giving us these tests. Very often we're not even conscious of it. But the more we start to wake up, the more we start to become conscious of it. And instead of automatically reacting, we say, hold up, hold on a second. What's really going on here? How do you develop these muscles? You do it by practicing it in your waking hours throughout the day. Make it a habit. It's the habits that we make while we're awake that we carry over more easily into the astral realms. They're not separated. It's just we have less constraints here. Now, this is why, again, in the tradition, it says, do your spiritual work while you are incarnate. You're not going to disincarnate and all of a sudden get all this magical attainment just because you don't have a flesh body to work in the world anymore. We do the heavy lifting here. So make a habit of questioning everything that is occurring in your life, in your senses, the things you take for granted, the people you've worked with for however many years. Start questioning what's really going on. Who are these people? And ask the holy guardian angel and the teacher to guide and show you what you need to see every day, and then see what happens. Now, this is important. Remember, we only have to work at this one day at a time. We don't have to take the whole journey in, a month or two. So remember that each day, just make the start of your day that you're going to wake up, offer yourself up in service to the all, if you feel so inclined, but appeal to yourself to guide you through the day. Make this relationship with this inner being, the guardian angel seen in key 14 and the teacher in key 5. Now, every night, do your retrospection for your day. Know anything that stands out as odd, okay, peculiar. And make particular note of any situation, anything you said or you did, or you expressed yourself in a way that you were not authentic to yourself. Really hear what I just said. Make a note of anything you said or did as you're reviewing your day backwards where you weren't really yourself. Maybe you said yes to something you didn't want to say yes to just because, or all these things. Just make a note of it and make the intention that the next time the circumstance presents itself to you, you will be your authentic self. I was listening to a teacher. I can't recall his name at the moment. You would probably all know him. I think he's a psychiatrist. I think, but he anyway. Today he was talking about this very thing. I just caught the end of it, and he was talking about being authentic. And he's like, when you catch yourself in your review and you're not being authentic, who is seeing that? Who is seeing yourself being inauthentic? Anyone. Unmute yourself.
We are.
Who?
We are. It's always
Yes.
watching.
Okay.
Like when
So,
when I'm working with a client with their eyes closed and they're asleep, I know that they can see me still. Like I know that there's always an eye in the sky, you know,
okay.
so to speak.
Okay. So, who's seeing us be inauthentic is our authentic self.
Mhm.
So, this is why this practice is so important and helpful and useful. Do it every night. Throughout the day, make the statement, this is a dream. Okay?
Wow.
And then just watch what happens. The more you do this, the more likely you're going to do it in your dreams until you wake up more. All right. So your homework this week is do your nightly retrospection. Don't neglect that. And then meditate on this 4-key formula with the intention to wake up. Remember to ask for help from the self, the guardian angel, to help you wake up. And if you like, you can alternate every other night this image, which is the tattva of water and the sphere of the moon. All right. Now, who can state, once you become awake in your dream, what is the primary goal for this class? You have to unmute yourself. Yeah, you're on mute.
Oh, good.
Okay.
It's like I wish to know in order to serve.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. That is the main password anywhere. And to that point, I want to say, if you find yourself in the astral plane and you get frightened by something, remember the angelic name is Gabriel. You can chant that, and that vibration will shield you. The God name is Shaddai El Tai, and that will do the same. Okay. But what's the primary goal for us once we become lucid in our dream in this course?
Look at my hand.
Good. That's one. So the primary goal for you to accomplish in this course is when you wake up in your dream is to state fully what? You're on mute, Starlet.
What Dana just wrote.
Okay, you're going to state fully the number 9 truth about the self on the pattern on the trestle board. That should be your primary intention when you become lucid in your dreams. Don't get lost in the phantasmagoria of the endless images and sideshows of the astral planes. Remember to state the full number 9 statement. When you accomplish this, just see what happens. And remember to ask for help with this from the Holy Guardian Angel. I'm going to remind everyone, in Cabala, the teaching is every sincere prayer and call for assistance to the Holy Guardian Angel is always, always, always responded to. Whether you are conscious of that or not. Our work here is to simply be persistent. So I'm wishing you all more self-conscious awareness, presence, blessings of light, and clear guidance this week. Wake up in your dreams. Thank you for being here. The floor is now open for any questions or comments.